Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, it's Hot Topics time, with Wendy giving her take on all of the latest juicy celebrity stories. And the funny and outspoken Lisa Lampanelli gives us a sneak peek at her new stand-up special. Plus, looks sensational this summer with this season's hottest fashion trends. Now, here's Wendy!
Welcome to our show. Thanks for watching. Say hello to my co-host, my studio audience. Looking fabulous. Better today. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. I see you. Yes. Well, it is official because thank you, I love you more. Donald Trump has teased us a lot. For some reason, I already thought he put in his bid years ago for presidency, but in fact, I was reminded by Hot Topics, he never actually threw his hat in the ring, he just teased us. But it's official today, he's running for president. Donald, I know you watched the show, I'll do it again. Look. He's running for president. What do you think? That's a 50-50 thing? 50% of you? Okay, well, clap if you like this idea. Clap if you think he'll eventually drop out. I do. I mean, I like that he's finally declared his candidacy in typical Trump fashion. Just take a look and then we're gonna talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again. I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. I tell you that.
I love it. Okay, here's the thing. Now, you know he's worth almost $9 billion. Well, the good thing is that he'd be funding his own, run, which means that he doesn't have to kowtow to any particular interest groups. The other thing is that if you look at how he runs his family, try as you might, those Trump kids are good kids. I have to tell you something. These kids are good kids. You never hear them, falling out of clubs, getting arrested or whatnot. I have no idea how he's done it, but he's done a really good job running his family. He's done a really good job of running his wife, as well as ex-wives. And I don't mean running like I'm belittling them. I just mean like you never hear the ex-wives, Marla Maples and Ivana, talking, salty talk. So he's done a good job managing them. And if he wins, say he takes it all the way there, which I don't think that he will take it all the way, he's gonna drop out. But look, this would be our first lady, Melania. Yeah. Gorgeous. The problem is that between he and Chris Christie, I don't think either one of them stand a chance. I'm gonna tell you why. My governor in New Jersey. You know why? This is very, very simple to me. They both have big mouths and a lot of bravado. That is a characteristic of New York, New Jersey, this tri-state area. That is not a characteristic that people particularly like in Idaho. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, people in Mississippi don't like all that, talk that Christie does, and they don't like the bravado of Trump. But one thing he does have over Christie is that people love Celebrity Apprentice, right? And so, my co-hosts are hating this whole story. Right, Suzanne? They're hating the story.
They are hating it.
But people love Celebrity Apprentice. People are used to him running that boardroom. And you know what? If he ran the boardroom the way he would run the country, we might have something going on. He's quick to fire people. He's quick to call you out. But he doesn't stand a chance in Mississippi. And, some of you nice people in the Midwest, I know it took you 6 seasons to deal with my big mouth. Do you know what I mean? Thank you for putting up with it, too. Now, they say Celebrity Apprentice is reportedly on hold during the election. I say, why put it on hold? I thought that's what he was grooming his daughter, Ivanka, and his son, Eric, for. They join him in the boardroom. Problem is, with Ivanka and Eric, I won't tune in to see Ivanka and Eric. I mean, half of why I like Celebrity Apprentice is seeing how Donald maneuvers the boardroom. The other half is the apprentices he has on. I don't tune in to Celebrity Apprentice just because the apprentices are interesting. Like, I like to see that boardroom action. Either way, good luck, Donald, and we'll be keeping tabs on you. Hillary's gonna win by default. I'm just saying, yes, she's qualified, but right now she's got nobody running against her, and I don't even know those other 12 people. Christie has not thrown his hat officially in, but he probably will. Then we have Donald, and I don't want a president named Jeb. Sorry. Ew. So you won't believe, or maybe you saw this coming, who's getting their own reality show? The fake black lady, Rachel. Now, yes. Rachel is doing big business there in Spokane. She's hired an agent, she's hired a publicist, and they're fielding offers for a reality show. Now, I have to tell you, is this a reality show that you would watch? Be honest. Me neither. I don't know why, because I'm not hating on Rachel. Like, I'm not mad that she wants to be black. I'm not mad at any of it. She's not insulting me. Like, I'm not mad at her. But I'm also over her. Like, I barely wanted to tell you that she's getting a reality show. But, I figured maybe you'd want to know, so I told you. But I don't care about her reality show. I'm over her. And guess who else I'm over? Caitlyn. Like I'm over it. I guess she wants to talk about the trials and tribulations of passing, or I don't know. What I do know is that she certainly is not going to be going on the road doing her lectures and seminars, because one thing that has happened in all this Rachel hoopla is that she's torpedoed her own credibility in doing these lectures on black studies to audiences and stuff. I mean, I might send Hot Topics to one of the lectures just to find out what she's wearing. But I no longer, I don't care what she says. Do you know what, I don't care. Rachel, bye. And I hope you don't think I'm being grouchy, because I actually had a very good night's sleep. 2 days ago on Trendy at Wendy, we had, the tabletop demo up, and there were some pillows up there. I brought the pillows home. If there are any still left at wendyshow.com.
They sold like hotcakes.
Let me tell you something. The pillows retailed for $100, but we had them at Trendy at Wendy on wendyshow.com for like $24. They are worth every bit. I'm telling you right now, the sleep, and they form to your neck and to your head, and then you fluff them up like this, and then you can unzip them and wash the cover, and then put it back up. Best pillows ever. The best. Okay. So I'm not grouchy, I just have low tolerance for stories I don't care about, but I try not to be selfish, so the following story I'm not doing for me, because I don't care. I'm doing it for you. Yes. Well, apparently in Atlanta, Cynthia Bailey's husband, Peter, was caught at the club with another woman. Now, it doesn't look good, but you have to pay attention, not just to his head position, but look at his hand run down her décolleté. Or décollage. Right? It went around the neck and down the boobs. And this is in the club. And I'm figuring liquor had to be involved. Because who does that knowing that people are constantly taking selfies and filming? And you know what's better than a selfie, not for nothing? Is filming. Like filming is always better than a selfie. You all try to line up your selfies and take selfies. Like at the end of the show, we take just film, okay? Turn your camera to video. So what should Cynthia do? I don't know, and I don't care. But I told you I'm doing this story for you, so I've checked out. Look, their fifth wedding anniversary is coming up, and Peter claims that he was not cheating, and he posted a video of himself. You take a look, because, again, I don't care. Go ahead.
There's stuff all over the Instagram that make me look like a big-ass cheater, okay? That's not what it is. That's a friend of mine in the club that I was talking to. It looks crazy, I know it does. So I'm apologizing to my wife, I'm apologizing to my two beautiful daughters.
I don't know what's wrong with his other eye. Maybe Cynthia punched him in it. You know, I don't know. But I do know this. He does look like Papa Smurf, doesn't he? Right? All right, let's move along, please. Okay, so Bethany Frankel knew that her marriage to Jason Hoppy was doomed from the start. Well, Bethany says that her gut told her not to get married. But by the time her gut was speaking, no, this happens to a lot of women. By the time her gut was speaking, instead of acting on her fear, she was getting pressure from family and friends. Oh, we love him, he's so cute, blah, blah, blah. You know how sometimes you're walking down the aisle and you know you shouldn't be? Yeah. It happened to me. And I told you about this. But I'll tell you, I ended up going through with it. I was married when I was like 28 years old for 5 months. We had a big wedding, 200 people. I was so not into it that I had my mother plan the whole thing. Like, yeah, whatever. She set up all the appointments. She picked the place that it should be. It was at a nice yacht club in Rumson in New Jersey. It was she picked out the bridal shop. We went and tried on dresses. She picked out the one she liked best on me. Like, I was checked out, but I was already too involved. And then, you know how people start sending you your wedding gifts before the actual wedding? And as the gifts were coming in, like, I don't break out in hives, but I felt like I was breaking out in hives. And I wouldn't open the gifts, and then my mom opened the gifts. You know how your mom opens the gifts and she sets them all up on the dining room table and on the buffet so that you can take a look at them, and and I didn't get the thank you notes. My mom got the thank you notes, and then I didn't want to. If you were one of the 200 people there and you never got a thank you note from me, it's not because I'm not civilized, it's because I checked out. Like, I was not into it. And walking down the aisle, I knew it was the wrong thing to do. And yes, I cried, but I was only crying because I knew I was about to make the biggest mistake of my life. It was horrible. The only good thing about the day is that I did have a hand in what we were gonna eat. And we had everything. We had lobster and crab and firm shrimp like this. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me through the day. And definitely an open bar to get me th say all that to say, I understand what Bethany means. You know, there are many people who walk down the aisle, but I'm telling you, if this is you, because it's springtime, it's about to be summer, there are a lot of weddings. If you are having cold feet, please don't walk down the aisle. You see what happened to me. I mean, it was only 5 months and I escaped unscathed, but you see what happened to Bethany. So if this is you, I would, whether you're a man or a woman, I would caution you, just tell your friends, tell your family, return the gifts and move on with your life. Don't make that mistake. Horrible, horrible. So, ladies, Nick Jonas is back on the market. Good. Anyway, reportedly, first of all, he's had a girlfriend for 2 years, which I don't know how I didn't remember this, because I remember he came here and he talked, he's a friend to the show. He wrote his song Jealous about his girlfriend of 2 years, Olivia, because they were out one night and guys were really looking at her and he was jealous, and so he went in the studio and wrote about it. But anyway, so this is Olivia, and she's like 22, and you know, he's like 22, and he used to wear a purity ring, but now he's with her, or he was with her. I guess he wasn't pure anymore. But his music is really taken off, and he's really, really popular with the, not just the white community, but with the black community. You know, he's got songs on hip-hop stations as well. And he also, do you remember I was telling you that Iggy Azalea backed out of the Pittsburgh Gay Pride Parade? Nick, you know, took her place, which I'm sure the crowd went wild for that. The thing about Nick Jonas, I don't think that he has a wild side. Like, he doesn't seem like he'd be that interesting in a relationship. Just a nice boy from Jersey. And there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're looking for wildness, I don't think that you're gonna, even with the shirt up, and he's doing that for us to look at. I don't believe that that's really him. And I also don't believe that he's down with the swirl. In my mind, you know how there's certain people, you know, look, don't be offended, we talk race all the time here. Look, in my mind, aren't there certain people that you never picture being in mixed relationships? Nick Jonas is one of those. I just picture him, and I also don't picture him being like with a starlet. You know, he'd just be with like a pretty girl who might be equally as, not boring, but. Do you know what I'm not trying to offend. Do you know what oh, I hate this purple chair. It makes me do things. Look, but do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so there you have it. Nick Jonas is single and ready to mingle. Let's move along before I stick my other foot in my mouth. Okay, so Brody Jenner. Well, yeah, I know, I paused for somebody to thumbs up. Really? You all don't find Brody hot? Yeah. Well, act like you mean it. I said Brody Jenner. He has this new sex show with our friend Dr. Mike, who comes in here and talks sex with us sometimes on the Ask Wendy. Anyway, on the sex show, which just started a few weeks ago, he's been getting very candid about his own sex life. He says that he has the best girlfriend, or the best sex with his girlfriend, Caitlyn. Sidebar, if they get married, there'll be 2 Caitlyn Jenners. So now look. Brody says that they like to keep things spicy with threesomes. Now look, don't act like a prude. Now, I'm not saying threesomes are the best thing, but I'm just saying it's nice that he's talking about it, but I wish that she would come in there and let us know that she approves that he's told us about it. And also, if you're gonna have a threesome, it's best to have it when you're girlfriend and boyfriend, because don't you get a little possessive when you're husband and wife? Do you know what I mean? You know? Lots of guys don't think girlfriends who participate in threesomes are marriage material. you know, just a little something to do. You know, I don't know, to each his own, guys. And then there's some guys who love girlfriends to become wives, girlfriends who've participated in threesomes because they think that's the way it's going to be through their marriage. Only thing is, as soon as the ring goes on, that sharing mess stops, I would think.